Aho, brothers of the axe. It's Joe, back at you on the bench tonight, and I got a couple unboxings for you tonight, guys. Big one tonight, and it's been a while coming now. We're going to be taking a look at the Dingo Pup from Bit and Bark. Just in today, going to be doing some testing on it. Super excited about that. But before we get to that, I've got some bonus content for you guys. My buddy Mike, Machinist Mike the Tinkerer on YouTube, has recently purchased himself a bandsaw, and he is getting super into wedges, carving, jigging out wedges, and he has sent me a little smattering, a little sampling of some exotic wood wedges, as well as a nice billet of hardwood. So let's dig into that real quick and see what we got from Mike. And this is coming by way of Minnesota. Good old Mike is from Minnesota. So take a look at this, see what we got. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, Mike is a big watch guy, so can't forget the wrist check tonight. On the wrist is the San Martin Flieger watch. And this is, Mike, you'll be interested to know, this is a Flieger, but it's got a screw down crown, 200 meters of water resistance. It's a Seiko NH35 based movement. And I think I showed you some pictures of this before with the loom lit up. Insane loom on this watch. So it's a good one. But anyways, enough of that. I know most of you guys probably aren't watch geeks. You're axe geeks. So that's why you're here. So take a look at what we got here. And oh, buddy. Yes, sir. So this is a nice billet of canary wood. And this is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, Mike. The way you were making it seem is that it was going to be a little short piece, but this has got to be like 24 inches. No. 28 and a half. So more than likely we can do, at a minimum, a short full-size handle. That is some hardwood. And this should pop really nicely here. This is just a little squeeze bottle of water, but oh yeah, that is going to be a beautiful handle. And I don't know if the camera is necessarily even doing it justice. This has a really, really beautiful sort of honey color to it. It's just going to be gorgeous. And let's pop the end grain. Some nice vertical grain here. But for sure I'll be able to get a beautiful handle out of this. So thank you, Mike. This is a very thoughtful thing for you to throw in here. And I really do appreciate it. And this is not, let's see, what is this? 6/4, about 1.5 inches. So this is perfect for handle making. And we can do a little bit of a laminate on a swell, and this would be a gorgeous handle. So moving on from that, we've got wedges, guys. Wedges. Oh, we got a little note. What do we got here? Ah, okay. Let's see. Make sure I'm not tossing anything away. No. Okay. So we've got zebra wood wedges, guys. Gorgeous zebra wood wedges. Very, very generous of Mike to hook me up with these. Just beautiful zebra wood wedges here. And these are, I believe, also zebra wood. And these are for hatchets or hammer handles. But Mike popped a note in there, which I'll read off camera. I'm not sure if there's anything in there that he may not want you to know, but we've got some business cards here. So Mike may be venturing into the wedge selling theater here, wedge selling space in the little axe community that we have. But he already has a sharpening service. So Dakota Sharpening Service, Mike Sawicki. I'm assuming he's cool with me saying his name, because he knew I was going to do an unboxing. But here we go, guys. Let's focus on that. So yeah, if you guys are in need of some sharpening, give Mike a call. He's a career machinist, knows his way around the shop, and a very knowledgeable guy. Only recently got into the axes, and already he's doing a phenomenal job with these wedges. The jig setup that he has is great, and his bandsaw. What did he get? Oh, did he get a Grizz? No, not a. Did he get a Jet or a Delta? I think he got a Delta, but he got a beautiful 14-inch Delta that I think he got for a steal, if I remember correctly. I don't want to say how much he paid for it, but he got it for a steal. And this sucker is set up to run, boy. These wedges are cut beautifully. So this may be something that Mike is going to be working on down the line, guys. Exotic wood wedges, maybe selling them. We were talking about maybe selling them in bundles, but if he does decide to pursue that, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll post on Instagram, and we'll do everything we can to get his business kickstarted. Mike's retired. He's a veteran, so all the more reason to support him. And he's got plenty of time now to start this like little side business of his, a second side business anyway. So I'm excited for him, and I've talked to a couple guys already that would be super interested in these orders of these exotic wood wedges. So let me clean up here, and we'll get to our next portion of the program, which is what we've all been waiting for, the arrival of the Dingo Pup. So stay tuned. So we've got packages coming from all over the United States here. So we have Mr. Mike from Minnesota sending stuff my way. And then we've got brother Kevin from up New England way sending us the Dingo Pup, which comes to us by way of Hoffman Blacksmithing. So we will unbox this, do my initial impressions, and yeah, just take it from there, guys. So without further ado, be very careful here, because I know this is sheathed up as well. I don't want to slice into leather. I also want to try to preserve this box as much as I can, because the Dingo Pup is going to be making its rounds. We're going to do some testing with me for a week or two, and then it's going to be making its rounds around the Brotherhood of the Axe. I know Joe Buckley is going to get it, and he's going to get a hand delivery by me, because Joe and I are in close proximity. And then it's going down to Lionhead Restorations down in I was going to say Texas, but he's not in Texas anymore. He's in Mississippi right now for work. So going down to old Mississippi, and then who knows where it's going. And again, amazing packing from Kevin, but we all know already that's what Kevin does. He's a logistics guy, and he is shipping stuff on a daily basis. So this is just, again, beautifully packaged. And if you were to purchase a Dingo Pup, which you should, it's going to be boxed up very, very well, and it's going to get to your door safely. So right off the bat, 10 out of 10 as far as packing goes. So be very ginger here about how I cut into this, because from what I understand, there is quite a nice leather sheath that comes along with these. Now, full disclosure, this is not a brand new axe. Kevin has been testing this for a couple weeks now, so this is not, straight from quote unquote the factory how it's going to arrive. But I'm assuming that you can expect a very similar packing when you place your order and it's fulfilled. Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's the, well, you know what? I'll just shut my mouth and I'll open it up here and we'll go over everything. Kevin was nice enough to send me a little cheat sheet on the specs, which I forgot in the house. I did not bring it out to the shop, but I read it a few times today, so I should be good to go there. And again, be super careful getting into this. Okay. All right. Get this packing out of here. Get this blade out the way. All right. Little cup of coffee. All right. Wet my whistle here for the initial impressions. So, what do we got? Well, what we've got is a 3-pound, 8-ounce mini Tasmanian, a true mini Tasmanian. And it is on a Liam Hoffman 28 straight. Overall length is 29 inches. It's got a beautiful bridle leather sheath. Looks like brass snaps. It's got a nice welt. And this is a fold-over style. Nice welt. Nicely dyed. Edges are beveled nicely. I would say that's a pretty high quality sheath. Good looking sheath. And the axe, the 28 straight by Hoffman is there's just something about a really, really nice axe handle that is hard to describe, but it just locks into your hands and is just a joy to hold. Now this head, can we see this, guys? So we've got the Honaker Blacksmithing stamping here. Made in the USA, which is very important. Look at that. Look at that. The pole on this is polished. Well, it's like a satin sort of polish. Really nice crisp edges. But I love the hand-forged scaling that's left here on the cheeks. That is very well done. Oof. This thing is just brutally sharp. Now this has a 20-degree convex grind, heel to toe, I believe it is. And it's convex from here to here. It's also convex from heel to toe. So this thing does not want to stick in wood, which is cool. Having only seen photos of this axe, when you look at the side of this axe, you look at this little thing and you say, oh man, this thing is going to be a chopping monster, isn't it? This thing's probably got a profile like a Connie. Think again, guys. This is a chonky girl. This thing has some chonk behind the bit. But the purpose of this axe is to be a do-it-all axe. When Kevin worked with James Honaker to design this, he based it off of a underweight 4-pound Kelly Dandenong, pardon me, Tasmanian pattern that he had. And he made this, in the hopes that it would be the do-it-all axe, just kind of a truck axe, just, one axe to rule them all. Not going to be, I think Kevin put it, you're not going to wind up in the podium of the Steel Timber Sports underhand chop contest with this axe, but it will fell a tree easily. It will buck a log very easily. You're not going to crack a 36-inch oak round down the middle in the first go around with this axe, but it will split exceptionally well. It's just kind of the sort of Goldilocks, axe. And there's not a lot to say, honestly, about this that isn't already apparent. I mean, it's just a gorgeously forged head. It's such a unique design. There's really not, the market really does not have a whole lot of axes out there like this. I mean, that profile is pretty unique, I would say, in a new production axe. And just a mini Tasmanian in and of itself is not very common. Typically, those are larger, here, let's pull. All right. Let's pull. Pull a couple heads. Here we go. So this is a 4.5, 5-pound Tassie. You could see this Dingo Pup is significantly smaller. It's also significantly smaller than a 3.5-pound Connie, but while it's the same weight, the weight is distributed a lot different. Now, this 3.5-pound Collins Legitimus Connecticut will more than likely out-chop this axe. But look at that pattern. Thin, thin, thin. This thing is not going to split well. I have another one of these hung already, and I can tell you for a fact, it does not split worth a damn. Chops phenomenally well. This thing is thin as hell behind the edge, but it thickens up very, very rapidly. And I am going to bet my reputation on the fact that this thing is going to split the oak that I have sitting at my dad's house very, very well. Very, very well. Now let's look at the fit and finish. Let's see here. So we've got a walnut wedge, and typical for Kevin, it's perfectly wedged. The spread on this is beautiful. Got a lot of wedge in there. I think he told me that he got like 2 inches of penetration on this hang. So seated nicely on the shoulder. What do we got? No gaps. No gaps. And this 28 straight Hoffman handle here, you could see the end grain is basically perfect. There is minimal run out on this handle. I mean, basically none. Nothing of consequence. And the palm swell on these are just, they just lock you in. So, guys, I am super excited to try this thing out. I don't know what to say. I'm blown away by this thing. It's just super cool, super unique. there's just not there's not a whole lot like this out there in the marketplace right now. So kudos to Kevin for, you know, bringing this thing to fruition, bringing this project to fruition. He said something the other day which I thought was hilarious, but it's totally true. Like 6 months ago, he was paying people to hang axes for him, and here we are now, 6 months later, and the dude's got a custom axe out. So, like, that's impressive to me. Very impressive, very impressive. And you know, once again, in typical Kevin fashion, he's done the research. He's aligned himself with good makers. We got, you know, the Hoffman handles here, some of the best in the game, if not the best in the game. And James Honaker of Honaker Blacksmithing knocked it out of the park with these. So I know he's got the first production run is in the works now. I believe the books open up November 1st. Orders are going to be fulfilled, I believe, sometime in January. He's going to be obviously updating his Instagram, letting everybody know, you know, how to order, what the pre-order situation is going to look like, and what the fulfillment dates are going to be, et cetera, et cetera. But my advice to you would be talk to him sooner than later, because I think these are going to, the first production run is going to sell out quick. And I'll tell you right now, model 001 is going to Kevin. Model 002 I have already claimed as my own. So, and I know 003 and I believe 004 are already spoken for as well. But he's already gotten a ton of interest, and he only has launched this a week ago. So, but anyway, guys, I am rambling on at this point as usual. So if you're new around here, you're probably shocked. If you're a long-time subscriber, you're not shocked at all. But yeah, guys, super, super excited to get this thing tested out. Bringing it down to my dad's house on Sunday. We're going to buck, we're going to split, we're going to fell, and we're going to put this thing through its paces, and we're going to film it all, and we're going to let you guys see firsthand what the Dingo Pup is all about. So without further ado, guys, keep the axe waxed. I don't need to wax this one. She's already been waxed. So we're going to keep our axes waxed. I'm going to talk to you guys soon. And until the next time, take care.